Hey everyone, it's Misha, aka Pink Hat Hiker. Here to remind you that if you enjoy these videos, make sure you like this one and don't forget to subscribe. Today's our day in Bryce Canyon. We are at Sunset Point. We're going to take the rim trail to Sunrise Point and then around the Queen's Garden to the Navajo Loop Trail, which will bring us back to Sunset Point. I see horses. Let's see if I can find it on here. Alright, so the horses are about there. Now that would be fun. So I believe that is Sunrise Point off in the distance, which is where we're heading. The rim trail is an ADA accessible trail that is paved, and it overlooks Bryce Canyon. So this is Sunrise Point up there, and then come down and around, and here is the trail. So the Queen's Garden portion of the trail is 0.8 miles. We will also be doing a portion of the Navajo Loop. So we're walking down the trail and we come across this tree who most of its root system is just out for everyone to see. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of signs that say do not enter, area closed for restoration. Unfortunately, people would go out onto unsafe areas because humans are stupid, especially tourists. There are a lot of people on this trail. It is the most popular trail in the park. The earlier you do it, the better. One, there's less people. And two, it's exposed. So like today it's supposed to be in the 80s. So it won't be as hot if you do it earlier in the day. So one thing I will say about this trail is if you have any weakness in your knees or you experience even the tiniest bit of knee pain, generally speaking on a trail, bring trekking poles with you. This trail descends rather quickly, whether you're starting at sunrise or sunset point, whether you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. You descend into the canyon very quickly, and that can be very strenuous on your knees. I've already heard 2 people talking about how much their knees hurt, and neither one of them had trekking poles. So I feel a little twinge in my knee, but that's just because I've been hiking for the last 2 weeks. You know, the trekking poles will help save your knees. It helps absorb some of the impact of the downhill, which I used to remember the math. It's like double your body weight plus whatever you're carrying in your pack or something like that. So be kind to your knees and bring your poles. All right, we are at some junction. Oh, that's the horse trail. Don't be like that.
Sure, just get in there. Sorry.
No worries. It's a fun spot. Through the tunnel. Again, very, very popular trail. Very busy trail. You all right? My pole got rusty on the foot. Another tunnel. So up there, that is sunset, and sunrise is up behind there. Can't see it. So Queen's Garden is that way, Navajo Loop is this way, and we are going back up to Sunset Point. Alright, so we have been walking through this pine forest for a little bit. Got the pretty part of the canyon over here on our right. I feel like we're starting to ascend slightly here. There are, again, these signs all over reminding you to stay on the trail. So we just came from down there up to this junction at this intersection here. It's very busy. This is where the trail gets real busy again. It was a nice little reprieve down there. So we are not going up to the Queen's Garden, which is that way. We are coming this way. We are not going to Peekaboo. We are going to Sunset Point. So we're going to follow the Wall Street Trail. A lot of people just do this trail as an out and back. So they'll hike down into the canyon to this point and turn around and come back. So now we're back into the pretty part of the canyon. I mean, it's all pretty, but this is what you come to Bryce for. We did stop for a few minutes for a water break and get ourselves ready for the big ascent back to the parking lot. Oh wow, this is real pretty. Now this is the Wall Street. I'm guessing they recommend you go this way because it's shaded. Out of this little canyon, you're gonna go up all those switchbacks, and fortunately my camera is not working with me right now, but you'll go up those switchbacks and then right there, that's Sunset Point. Super busy in here a second ago, and now we have the whole thing to ourselves, which is real nice. The switchbacks are tight, so they're quick, which is nice. They're not like the super long switchbacks that are never ending. We're getting ready to get to the part of the trail that is no longer in the shade. Alright, so we're almost to the top, and there's a nice little window here. Not too much further, but this is the junction for 2 bridges. We're gonna go up here real quick. There's a view, a little tunnel view. We're gonna go see what it's all about. Little tunnel, and it's just a view of the canyon, a different view. Okay, so we just finished, and this is Sunset Point. So there's the trail down there. So we decided to come all the way to the end of the park, to Rainbow Point, before, just looking at the trail sign, but we decided to come here before doing the other stuff. We thought it would be funner to do it in reverse. There's also less people because everyone is at the front of the park right now. So this is Rainbow Point. To take this little trail. If you do the full loop, it's 0.8 miles. I think that from here to the next point is a 1/4 mile. Just a nice little walk along the rim here. This is the Bristlecone Loop. No pets on trails. This area reminds me a whole lot of our Southern California trails. So at this junction, you don't want to go down under the rim trail. You go to the right to the Wimpa Point. the end of the rim trail is a very long trail. If I'm remembering correctly from looking, and it's a backcountry trail. So you could take part of it. But it is a longer backcountry trail. If you're just looking for the viewpoints, you'll go this way. So, working our way from the top of the park to the bottom of the park. We are now at Black Birch Canyon Overlook. Right there. Next up on the drive is Ponderosa Point. It also has the Agua Canyon Connecting Trail, which is closed right now. But if it was open, that's where you would hop on or off of it. So this is the Agua Canyon overlook. Birds are fighting each other. Trash, because it wouldn't be a national park without trash all over the place. This is Agua Canyon Overlook. There's a lot of trees here, so it does make it kind of difficult to see. Okay, we have arrived at Natural Bridge. It does have a sign as well, an informational sign, which is kind of hard to read. Unfortunately, a lot of the signs in this park are in pretty bad shape and need to be replaced. And there it is. Natural Bridge. Can hear the wind blowing at Fairview Point. I'd say that view is fair. So we were at Natural Bridge, which was actually an arch, but here is an actual natural bridge. So from this spot, we're gonna take the little footpath over here to Piracy Point. See what views that has in store for us. Okay, so this is the other side of Piracy Point. There's a helicopter. You can hear him. I don't know what he... There he is. Just echoes like crazy in these canyons. So there was no parking at Swamp Canyon Overlook, which is also a trailhead for the Swamp Canyon Trail. So we bypassed it, and we are now heading back into the amphitheater area, and we will turn at the Bryce Point Overlook turn off and see if there's any parking at Bryce Point, Inspiration Point, or I don't know, there's a third one and I'm blanking on what point that is called. So we'll see. Hopefully there's parking and we'll be able to go see those overlooks of the amphitheater. To the next 3 turnouts or overlooks because the lots are full and they've closed the road to get up there. So heading to the visitor center and hopefully there's parking there. This is insane because this is their off season from what I understand, and I mean there's like camping sites available, but it is so busy. I can't imagine what it would be like here in the summertime, or I mean here in the during their like on season. It's just, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. All right, so we just exited the park and made a right at the first right, which takes us to the Fairyland Canyon Overlook. So we are driving there now. It's about a mile down this road. With all the pretty trees. Alright, so we are at Fairyland Canyon Overlook. Again, this is in the park, but outside of the park entrance. There is a trail, although I don't know what trail it is or how far it goes down. You can see some people over there. My guess is it goes down into the canyon. So I found the trail information. It is the Fairyland Trail. So you can hike it for 4 miles to Tower Bridge or 5.7 miles to Sunrise Point, which is around on the other side of that. Somewhere over there. Alright, so this is our last little hike in Bryce Canyon. It's actually, it's within the park boundaries, but it's outside of the fee area. It is Mossy Cave. And there's a waterfall, and it's 0.8 miles. So pretty easy. Another bridge crossing. I see informational signs up here.
Waterfall.
Oh, there's the waterfall. Oh, fun, you can like go in it. Oh, I kind of almost want to go back and get my bathing suit. Okay, so at the junction, right here, there's an informational sign. Boop. And you can go to the right, which is an overlook of the waterfall. Or the left is the Mossy Cave. So this is Mossy Cave. There is water dripping down. It gets all kinds of cool stuff happening in here, and it's like a yellow jacket. Focus. There we go. It's like maybe a foot in front of me. Oh, it's getting too windy. But you can see the water dripping off the cave wall and the moss that gives it its name. So we are heading back down now, and from here you can choose to go up the other side to the top of the waterfall. You can go play in the creek at the waterfall. You can play in the creek downstream of the waterfall, or you can head back to your car. It's up to you. So this is the Tropic Ditch, and it was created over a 3-year period to get water to the town of Tropic in the 1800s by Mormon settlers. tunnel. Comes one more. Fun. This area is so pretty. What's it called again?
It's called Red Canyon.
Red Canyon. The Red Canyon trailhead is back there. You can hike it too. Oh, and apparently take horses.
Horse it.
You can hike it, you can ride it, and this is all part of the national park. We're still in Bryce Canyon. Getting a little bit of that monsoonal moisture. And just like that, coming out of the storm. Got a nice patch of sunlight up there. Oh my gosh! This is like Colorado. This is like when we drove through Colorado, or when we were driving into Moab. We're just outside of the Zion entrance. And it is dumping water on us right now. National park of the trip. We are in Zion National Park. Stopped here looking up. I don't know at what. Oh. Hi guys. Okay, that's the first time I've seen those out in the wild. Pretty cool. Just chilling, hanging out. Usually they like to hide. Mount Carmel Tunnel. .1 miles. There are numerous galleries. I forget how many that look out over the canyon. We're about to come to one here. There's one. Wink. In 1958, one of them collapsed. So I was just reading that they now have electronics that monitor the tunnel 24 hours a day. Can't stop. can't stop in the tunnel, so take video. That's the best way to get a picture. Take video, and then you can get a screenshot of the video. But they now monitor the tunnel 24 hours a day electronically to avoid any other cave-ins or collapses. Not gonna lie, it's kind of eerie to drive through this. There are restrictions on what type of vehicles can drive through the tunnel, just because it is very narrow. Certain vehicles do need to acquire a permit in order to pass through. Passenger vehicles are not one of those. These are the views that await you if you come from the Mount Carmel side. Towards the visitor center. We have arrived at South Campground here in Zion. We are just under the Watchman here. The Watchman Campground is down there, as well as the visitor center. We have really great access to the river right here. So this is the foot and pedal path. And here is the river. So this is the Virgin River. They do have some algae bloom problems with the river right now, so they don't recommend hanging out in it, swimming in it, all that good stuff. But we do get to hear it all night. And we actually will be hiking through it tomorrow, as we're planning on doing the Narrows, assuming that they don't close it because of this weather. So fingers crossed. If they do, we'll do the Emerald Pools. This is home for the next 2 nights.